Yes, today we are going to discuss about. I think my screen also visible or not? Can anyone reply? Or whatever I'm writing in Paint, so that will be visible, right? Okay, thank you. So now today we are trying to discuss something about introduction to database and data warehouse. So let us see that first today. And what are the topics I am going to discuss? So before we going to here, let me just 1 minute. So we are trying to concentrate on database management and data warehouse. In gate point of view, what is the importance of this subject is we are going to discuss about both gate point of view. So primarily the gate, and also it will be useful for we are going to trying to for any examinations. So like any competitive examinations, any other competitive examinations like a UGC NET or any CSIR, other competitive examinations. And also we are going to discuss about this will also useful in the subject is very important for in coming to your ultimately your technical rounds. It will also important for in interview point of view. Technical rounds. So once you are good in the database management system, these are the advantages. So our primary focus is we are trying to here primarily gate. So coming to myself, I am Mira Ali Sheikh, and I have a I'm just giving the gate coachings in last 10 years onwards. I am giving gate coachings in different institute, Hyderabad, Bangalore. So this is actually I'm seeing many gate exams. So we are trying to focus primarily in the gate. So what are the topics that we are going to discuss in coming to primarily coming to gate point of view, or whether it may be technical point of view, what are the main topics that we are going to cover, as well as what are the topics that most of the times, as I have seen the many times in the gate, what are the concepts that are going to cover in Dbms. So basically we are now discussing about so data science and artificial intelligence, this paper, and the same syllabus that is available in the CSE paper also. So the syllabus wise same paper, but coming to where it is extra is data warehouse. So here extra they have added is data warehouse. This is our only difference. And coming to flow of our what are the topics I am going to discuss. So this, let us see that. So the primary the main topics that is, first of all, we have a most of the times I have seen that in the last year exam also, normalization. So this is actually very important for gate point of view. Almost I have seen in many gate exams, the normalization question is guarantee question. This is very important one. The highest priority I can say, the priority wise. The first priority is this one. Especially whatever my observation the last 10 to 12 years. So I have seen this normalization questions every paper in every competitive examinations, not only gate, every competitive examinations, they will ask you one question for definitely normalizations. So in the normalizations, the ultimate goal is, in theory point of view, normally what we study is, we just study about what is normal form, what is the first normal form, what is the second normal form, what is the third normal form. But coming to the gate, questions are completely different. They will not simply ask you what is just a definition point of view, or sometimes they will ask you for 1 mark, but definitely the normalization questions are completely different. So those questions we are going to discuss whatever the question they will give you in a GATE exam, it is my guarantee. I will give you guarantee that you can able to answer those all the questions. So in the normalization point of view, and the next priority, the second priority is if they want to choose the question is the second priority based on the previous and there are chances of asking questions is transaction management. Transaction management. So this is the next possibility, and anyway we will know that so the next possibility will be ER diagrams. ER models. So this is the next possibility. And coming to, we have a anyway SQL. This will be for your technical interview point of view. Anyway, they will ask you, and here also there is a some importance will be there, SQL as well as tuple relations. So this is having very normal priority. So, but especially I have seen the many questions from the normalization, transaction management, ER models, and SQL. So for theory point of view, very small one questions are any like they want to give you integrity constraints. Sir, how many questions they are going to give from approximately from this database management and data warehousing? So the chances of asking questions are, these are the questions. And anyway, they may ask that in the, we can say that primarily so we can say indexing also very important. Indexing or file organizations. And next one is tuple calculus. So these are the topics. So my according to my research, so I have seen the many times normalization is and transaction management ER models, and anyway integrity constraints will be there for match type of questions, very 1 marks questions, integrity constraints, and indexing problem will be 2 marks, and normalization problems will be always 2 marks. There is a chance of asking in this normalization we have a different things again. There is a possibility we are going to discuss. So primarily these are the topics they are going to cover in this one. Okay. Now, what are the, how many marks they are going to give here? So minimum 8 to 10 marks. 8 to 10 marks from this subject. So minimum 8 marks, maximum it's dependent. We cannot say that minimum 8 or maximum, around approximately. So they can give the allocation for the this subject is 8 to 10 marks. So it's again depending on conducting uh, so which IIT is conducting, based on, again, it's based on their decision. So the allocation has to give to uh, highest priority or lowest one. So it's again depending on those who are conducting IIT. There is no rule that only you have to give this many question, this many marks. So this is something about subject, and my main focus is the main focus is I am going to explain a the basic terminology, and after that, first, my flow will be always, because the basic terminology is very important. This basic terminology will helps not only for the gate, and it will also useful in your technical rounds also, in your interviews. The basic terminology, and I am going to explain the concept, whatever the basic terminology, as well as regarding to the concept I can cover. And later, my flow will be, the next one is problems. So example problems I will take. I will take as many problems as we want. So I'm going to take those many problems, and I'm going to take different types of problems until that concept is going to clear, because we cannot give any chance. We have to cover all the type of models. So because of the gate is always they will not repeat the problems, same problems. That is why we have to cover all the problems. So this is, I'm going to explain first basic terminology as well as the concept, and finally the problems I am going to discuss. This is what you know coming to the our flow of subject. Now, till now, if you have any doubts, you can ask in a chat box, so that or what you are expecting other than this, or anything you want, like, then your inputs also, uh, I will take your inputs and we can move accordingly. Any doubts or any inputs or anything you are expecting, you can write in a chat box, so that okay. So what is, now let us, we will go into the subject directly. So it's my it's always the communication, even though if it is we are in online, you try to give the just replies through a chat box, so that we can communicate. It's not even though if it is an online, if it is a one side means, I don't know whether you are listening or whether you are understanding the concepts or not. So it's not one side. you try to give at least in the chat box. So okay, let us. It's not always in one side only. We have to see that it will be the two-way communication. Now let us see that what are the things first coming to our subject, because this is a subject very important subject in this paper actually. Remaining all are, so because anyway you host DBMS, remaining all are mathematical things, and because this subject will plays a vital role. Those who want to qualify the gate or those who want to get a good marks, good rank, this is a subject will plays a vital role, because there is a chance of getting so marks easily. Doing a very smart work we can get here, and the problems also will be fixed. Actually, fixed means the models will be fixed here. Maximum they can give those type of questions only. So that is a one advantage here, because the paper setters they don't have possibility of giving other than these models what we are going to discuss. Those models they have to give only those models, maybe very little modifications, but ultimately the concepts are very easy. So that is why try to learn this subject effectively. So that is what our intention. So let us take, I will start with the very basic thing. I want to discuss first what is data first. Most of the people, so today I'm just trying to give you, what is the introduction about the subject as well as some terminology, what we require. Okay. So now tell me anyone, what is data? If I will get a, answers in the chat box, I'm very happy. If I ask you some question, so that you are in attentive. What is a data? Simply, can anyone just tell me what is a data? Reply whether it's a right answer or wrong answer, and just you throw the answer so that what is data? So that we know very well known about data. So it's a simply I can say that known facts about known facts about an entity. So that every word is important here. Known facts about an entity. So data means we know that we can understand today we are living in a most of the the technology is around the data. So now what is here data? Known facts about an entity. So we can say that it is an entity. Sir, what is again entity means? So what is entity? Can anyone just answer quickly? What is an entity? So entity means, let us take anything. So you are giving a student is an one entity, or we can say employee. So these are the objects, or we can say student and employee. These are all called entities simply. So now what entity will consist? We'll have a take student. Let us take a student. So normally student will have a some identity, student roll number and student name and student which course he is studying, and many parameters, student Aadhaar number, or many parameters we are going to take. So the student name and this are all is an entity. So this is just what I want to discuss, entity. Now let us take, I will take a table and I will explain you later. So what are the different parameters, other parameters. Now, what is record? What is data as well as what is record? What is record? What is record? Try to throw some answers so that whether it's right or wrong later. Okay. So record is nothing but collection of some interrelated data. First, what is data, and record is nothing but so collection of interrelated data. Interrelated data. This is what a record. Example, can I say that record means roll number, name, age, address. These are all I can say one record. Roll number of student, name. So this is example for one record. Now coming to, you see that after record, now what is database? This is very, very important one. What is database? In most of the competitive examinations, or interview point of view especially, they will try to ask you. Most of the people they will not know the difference between this. What is database? Can anyone tell me what is the database? I'm just linking all the definitions. Whatever the terminology, data and record, and now database. What is database? Can anyone tell me what is a database? So database is a, what is a database means? What database will have? I can say that definition. Database is a collection of interrelated records. Collection of interrelated records is nothing but database. This is what database. Now, what is the next one is, so try to understand. Database is a collection of interrelated some records. Now, what is DBMS then? Database management system. What is database management system means? Actually, I am expecting some answers. Unfortunately, actually, I am not receiving many answers. So I don't know whether you are listening or not. So yeah, in online session, always is some conversation should be happen, so that it will be interest in both side. Otherwise, it will be in a, it will not useful. Online sessions are. If you keep on giving replies, then only there is a interest to the faculty as well as the students. So database is a collection of, you try to write down parallelly, or you take some screenshots also. Uh, Now tell me what is here database management system. I can say, what is this? DBMS. What is database management system? Why DBMS? We are discussing what is a record, what is a data, and what is an entity, and what is a record, what is a database, and what is that DBMS. DBMS, database management system. That means it is managing something. What it will manage? So simply I can say that it is used. Please write down so that these points will be, every point is related to other point. That's why used to create, used to create data. So I want to create, or I can say delete, or I can, we can perform the some operations. Used to create, comma, manipulate, and we can say that delete operations. Delete. So is DBMS is a, what it is, whether it's a software or not? DBMS is a, basically it is a software. DBMS is a software used to create and manipulate the, delete any, if you want to delete anything, we can use DBMS. That's why the name itself, database management system. It is a software. Most of the people will say database and database management system, they will not understand what is. So database is just a, it is having a collection of interrelated records something. And DBMS, what it will do is, it's a software. It is used to create, manipulate, and delete any information from the database. So for example, what are the examples? We have a MySQL. So that is one, we can say DBMS. And anyway, now we have a many softwares are there. So like example, so these are the, MySQL is a software. it is based on Oracle. So like this, we have a DBMS means. Now, till now what we have studied? We have studied what is data. Data is nothing but, I'm just repeating all the things. Known facts about an entity. Entity is nothing but any object, like any persons which is having some behavior. And coming to record. Record is nothing but collection of some interrelated data. And coming to database. Database is a collection of interrelated records. And coming to DBMS. DBMS is a software used to create, manipulate, and delete the data from database. Example, this MySQL. So this is something about DBMS. Now let us go for the what is database system. What is database system? What is database system? Most of the people they will know they don't know this terminology. So what is database system? Database system is a both, we can say that database plus DBMS. Database as well as DBMS. So this we can say that database system. Database system. So we can say that database consists of what? Database consists of some records, files, and DBMS will operate whom? Some clerks will operate, right? This is what mainly database system name. Okay. So now let us take this is what I want to give you. So for any technical rounds or anything, if you go for anywhere, you try to answer like this. What is the database system? What is the database? What is a DBMS? So these are the some interview type of questions will be asked. Now let us take first try to understand before going to classification of database. What are the databases? Classification of database. Can anyone tell me what are the classification of databases? Just these are very important for the interview point of view. Okay. And also you will completely, you are going to understand what is completely, what is happening here. So classification of databases are, what are those classification of databases? Can anyone tell me? I can say that classification of databases, we have, I can say simply in simple terminology. So current database, So this current database, what is current database means? In simpler words, I am going to give you. Current database is nothing but OLTP. What is OLTP? Online transaction processing. So that means whatever the transactions you are doing, suppose whether it may be any transactions about your financial, like bank transactions or any websites. So those are normal transactions. This will be done in current database. This is, we can say, one simple classification is current database. So what is size of this will handle? It will handles in like a megabytes or gigabytes. So what are the operations we can do in this database? So maximum, what are the operations we trying to do here? We are trying to do here read as well as write operations. Read operations as well as write operations. And coming to one more database is, we can say that, historical database. Sir, what is the use of this historical database? Why we need to use this historical database? So this is actually OLAP. The name itself is there, analytical processing. So it has to, we are going to analyze historical. That means suppose you see that any like any Flipkarts or any Amazon or any e-commerce websites, they are going to see the historical data. Why we need to see the historical data? Because what is our last year, at the time of Deepavali, what are the sales? How many sales are there? So in order to know about previous, so that based on that, they have to analyze the data. So that I will arrange regarding, so Deepavali sales, suppose these many sales are there. What are the items they have purchased? Customers, what are the items they have purchased? So those items I will keep ready. So that is the advantage of the historical database, because the data they are going to analyze. So to take decisions higher level, in the manager level, so it will be, they are going to take the decisions, the decision making. So now coming to size of the data, how much size of here? So it's depending on their now I can say that gigabytes, or now I can say that it's crossed terabytes. Now it becomes terabytes and petabytes of data. So what they will do, what are operations? They will not here restriction is, they will not write here the historical data. We need to only read it. We need to read it. This is a actually classification of the database. We have a current database as well as historical database. Here online OLTP, OLAP. Here the data will use megabytes of data or gigabytes of data, but here gigabytes, terabytes, or petabytes of data, depending on the size of the company or what. In transaction management, both we can read as well as write, but in this we are just analyzing it. Okay, so who will use this current databases? Who will use this current databases? The current databases will use actually uh, low and middle management in companies. But whereas coming to historical database, because the historical database is very very important in order to take the decisions for the growth of company. So they will use the historical database. So like who will use this historical database is like a CEO of companies and higher level, so like a managing directors. So those people, they are going to use this uh, historical databases. So this is just a classification of the database. So because we are going to study data warehouse also, that is why I'm going to discuss parallelly what is historical database also, because in our syllabus it is there, but whereas the CSC papers, they don't have the data warehouse syllabus. So that is a one thing. These are the some classification, basic classification of the database. And we have a different some broadly we have different types of databases actually. So any doubts till now? Just Dear students, any doubts till now, you can just message me in the chat box so that I can give you replies. And coming to sir, these are all very important actually. So because when you are working in any organizations, you have to know that what are those what is happening in the database means. That is why I'm just giving you overview of this everything. This is very important for your interview point of view, especially this introduction. So let us go for some more things. And we have a very special some databases we have. So like a so daily life we are seeing these all things, but so we don't know how they are managing. So let us see that. So distributed database. Can anyone tell me? Distributed database. What is a distributed database means? Distributed database. What is distributed database? Why we need to distribute the data first of all? The name itself is there. It is a distribute distributed database. Now my question is, why you need to distribute first of all? What is the distributed database means? The data will be distributed because why? If one system will fail, if one will fails, other will be in working condition. So that is why you see that uh, you see the servers, or you see the data centers, you see the Google or anybody, any Amazon or people, they will always maintain different, servers as well as different locations. The data will be, they are keeping in a different locations, so that if one will be corrected or if one will fails, so other will be works. So that's why this is the importance of the distributed database. And now tell me, what is commercial database? So because this terminology very interesting actually. So commercial database, how this commercial a database, how it will be stored at least. So I can say that this will be stored in commercial database means it will store in form of integers or characters like this, so that we can say that it's a commercial database. And now tell me, what is GIS? GIS. GIS means Geographical Information System. Geographical Information System database. That means what type of data it will store? It will shows like example or Google Maps. So the Google Maps or any different maps, it will shows routes of the city or anything. Okay. Now what is temporal database? Temporal database. What is a temporal? The name itself is there. It will be temporal, the time period. So once if the time occurs, then there is no value for that data. The time is very important. If timeout occurs, then no value for that data. So that's why time is very important. Temporal databases. So like this, so we have a different types of databases. This people will use in a real time. So this is what database things. So these are the topics. What is introduction? These are all introduction topics. These are very important for the your understanding what is database, especially what is a database and how the database will work out. Now coming to, suppose tomorrow you are be one of the software developer, the database designer. If you want to design a database, if any one client will come to you, so then he will ask you that please design some database for their based on their requirement. What you are going to do first step. So from that onwards, our subject will start. If one client will come to you and so he want a designing of database. So he will come to you and he will ask you, please design some database. So what is the first step you people will do? Designing database. Can anyone tell me what is the first step you people will do? If any one client will come to you and he will ask you that just design the database, what is the first step? Can anyone tell me? Because tomorrow you are going to, good organizations. So first step is, what is the first step? You will calculate the requirements. Yes or no? You will take requirements. Yes or no? These are the very basic thing you want to ask from your client. What is your requirement? What is the purpose of this database? The first step is. And after that, once you collected the requirement, next what you have to do? You have to plan, right? So means the requirements from client side, he has given some requirements. Now the next step is you have to plan. You have to plan. So once the plan is done, after plan, what you have to do? The next step is you have to design, right? Requirements and plan, you have to design. That we can say that prototype your prototype. So after prototype, your prototype is ready, what you will do? You are going to, it will be in a physical format. We can say that it is in a physical format. So this is how you are going to design the database. Now in that, I can say that in the requirement stage, in our concepts, this is, we can say that conceptual design. So in the requirement stage, what we use is conceptual design. So conceptual design means here the comes to the picture ER diagrams. ER diagrams. So I can say ER model. Okay. Next, coming to when you are, the requirements are done. After requirements, when you are planning, it will come. So requirements anyway, simply, so you will be gather requirements. This is a coming to planning stage. So this is a conceptual design. So coming to prototype design. So you want to design the prototype. So just here it will come to the picture of functional dependencies. Try to understand carefully because this is very, very important in order to go for the next steps. Functional design, FDs, functional dependencies, functional dependencies, and coming to normal forms, normal forms, and coming to your SQL, relational algebra. So these will all comes to the picture. So here we can say TRC, DRC. So this will all comes to in the picture. Now coming to physical. So when you want to do as a physical design, what is its, how it will be physical means. Here it will come to the picture of we use files, indexes, some storage. So here we use, these are all the concepts actually. So ER models, functional dependencies, indexing. So like this, we use uh, these concepts in real designing of database. So these terms I am just explained because how it is related. So if one client will come to you, you have to first understand the requirements and you need to design the year models. That means how. So if the how the student will be related to the faculty, faculty will be related to course how the course will be related, and what are the student attributes, and what is suppose if I am designing for employee, what is the employee attributes. So these all things will be taken care in the next normal forms, and how this we can apply the normalization techniques, and finally we will connect to the storage. We use the indexing concepts also. So this is a complete designing of the database. So this is very simple things. Overall what we understood is this entire lecture, simply we have taken nothing is it. So we have taken very simple concepts. What is what is data we have discussed. These are the topics. So data is nothing but known facts about an entity. So some technical definition, or we can say just and similarly next, what is record? Collection of interrelated data. And next one is, what is database? What is database? What we have discussed? Database is nothing but collection of interrelated records. And next one is, what is DBMS? DBMS is a software used to create or manipulate and delete the data from database. So we have a different DBMSs now, and we have discussed what is database system. What is database system? So database system is a collection of database plus DBMS. So both are involving, and we have already seen that what are the classification of databases. So in the classification of databases, mainly current databases as well as historical databases. So classification, historical database, parent database is nothing but, so we use a OLTP, and it will be having size will be megabytes and terabytes. Historical database is, so the higher level people will use the historical database. So in order to analyze, to take the decisions, to improve the company's performance. So that will be done by historical databases. So and similarly, we have a different databases. We have like a distributed databases. What is a distributed database? And also we have a commercial databases, and also we have a GIS and temporal databases we have discussed. So this is the basic things. And what is the designing of database design? What are the steps that are involved in database design? So the requirements, plan, prototype, and physical. At the requirement, after that, the plan, we are going to use the ER diagrams. In prototype, we use functional dependencies and normal forms. And physical databases, files, indexes. So like this we use. So these are the concepts we have studied today. Tomorrow onwards, we see that in the next class onwards, we are going into the directly subject. So, and we try to solve parallelly some problems, and we need to know some more terminology also. These are the very fundamental things. And for the next one is, we are going to see that directly gate problems and gate models for this subject. Okay. So, so as of now, today is this much. Any doubts from your side? You please give in a chat box. If you have any doubts, I will be there in 5 minutes. I will be available 5 minutes. If you have any doubts, you can ask. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, we will close the session. Okay. Some of the people are giving answers quickly. So very good. Okay. If you don't have any doubts, you can leave. If you have any doubts, you just. Okay, right. Sir, anyone is there actually to close this meeting? Okay, done.